generally and old time tunes specifically have these core phrases, anchor phrases. I call them signposts. And if you learn your signposts in a tune, it makes learning that melody all the easier. You can cover a lot of ground by memorizing the real critical cornerstones of the melody, and then you can kind of fudge the rest. And as long as you hit your signposts, people will think you're playing the tune. So today I'm going to show you all about signposts. Welcome to Banjo Quest. So the tune we're working on today is Cluck Old Hen. You might have heard of it, and I'm tuned up to A modal. This is the tune we are focused on over on my Patreon project. I've tabbed this all out below. Click the link below to join us over there. We are learning just a basic version of Cluck Old Hen like I played in the beginning of this video, and we are learning a really weird version played by the great banjo player Bertie Mae Dickens. All the tab is available. We're going on a deep dive on this. Now's a great time to join. Head on over to Patreon and check it out. The link is in the description below. So what is a signpost? To me, a signpost is a cornerstone of the melody that if you remove from the tune wouldn't sound like that particular tune anymore. Let me show you what I mean. They're often repeated a lot. So Cluck Old Hen goes a little something like this, nice and slow. The A part. And the B part goes. Now, what is the commonality between the A part and the B part of Cluck Old Hen? Well, I think it's this phrase. That is a big, fancy blues lick, a drop thumb. And that appears in both the A part and the B part, so this is what I figure. I figure if I can nail those bookend phrases, they happen at the end of both the A and the B part, if I can land there, then I am free to kind of bob and weave throughout the melody. As long as I can stick the landing, people are going to think I'm playing Cluck Old Hen. So here's my thought. If we are trying to learn Cluck Old Hen, instead of trying to maybe learn every little note, every little detail, first of all, this tune, there are a million different versions of this tune, so good luck to you if you want to learn all of those details. For me, I want to hit my signposts first. So I want to learn these big phrases that are repeated often, and then I can worry about the little stuff later. So what I do is I find my signposts, and then I create little loops around them so I can master them. Now this goes way beyond learning a simple tune. To me, this is a fundamentals workout because oftentimes these key phrases are kind of tricky, like Cluck Old Hen. Cluck Old Hen is pretty much in the A part a whole bunch of double thumbing. That's just downstrokes and upstrokes on the first string and the fifth string with a little bit of fretting in there. It's when we get to our signpost, we get this beautiful drop thumb bluesy lick. That is a little bit hard to do, especially if you've been playing a ton of double thumbs. That drop thumb kind of comes out of nowhere. So let's build a loop together involving our signposts nice and slow. So what I'm going to do is play my loop, and then I'm going to start playing it back to back. Now, when I'm working in my fundamentals mode, I'm using my deep listening skills. I'm listening to every note I play very carefully. I'm going slow. I'm going really, really slow. You could drive a truck between those notes. And I'm making sure that all of the notes that I'm playing are nice and full. If I were to extract any of those single notes, they would sound big and beautiful. So grab your banjo. Let's play this together nice and slow. We're going to cycle it, and then I'm going to give you some little tricks and hints to help you get it really good. On my mark, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop thumb. One more time. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. And for those intrepid folks out there, let's go a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Now, this little country blues phrase has a lot to teach us between flowing between drop thumb and double thumb, but also where the thumb needs to be in time and space in order for you to execute the phrase properly and clearly. We want it to be crystal clear. When you throw in on that drop thumb, that thumb needs to be on the second string simultaneous to your downstroke, right? We've talked about this before. This is the golden rule of clawhammer. Wherever the hand goes, the thumb goes with it at the same time. So we're throwing in on strings 1 and 2, and my thumb drives into that space between the third and the second string, drives in, weights down that second string simultaneous to the downstroke. So I'm already ready and in place to activate the second string on my upstroke. And then I've got a couple of little notes after that. All nice and clear. Just watch the timing of that thumb and really get that thumb in there to get purchase on that second string. Now, we can play a lot of games with this. We can stretch this loop out. If you really want to practice dwelling on a double thumbing pattern and having that drop thumb come out of nowhere, we can lengthen this loop. Check this out. Let's play that faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gets you kind of working really in this cluck old hen mode. We get a nice smooth double thumbing pattern into that drop thumb country blues lick. It kind of simulates the tune. Now, why not just play the tune? Well, this allows you to isolate those signposts. It allows you to build on them, get used to them both for your hands and for your ears so you can expect them and hear them coming. And it also allows you to just get it away from the music and just drill into the fundamentals of what makes clawhammer so interesting and beautiful. It allows you to work on something simple and discreet like a mantra, and then you can plug it in the tune later. Now this happens, well, if you play the tune 2 A's and 2 B's whole time through, this phrase happens 4 times in Cluck Old Hen. So it makes sense that we would want to really stick this landing. It will help you prove to the audience that you know this tune really well. Now these signposts can function as an escape route out of your own bad ideas. And I use this all the time. So I'm a big proponent of creating variations on the fly in a tune. I really want to try to make these tunes live and breathe and explore my own ideas around this melody, braid some notes around the fundamental melody to make it more interesting, fun, and playful. When I'm doing this, I don't know what I'm gonna do next, and oftentimes it works out just fine. But there are a whole lot of times that my improvisations or variations are bad, and I need an escape route back into the tune. I use these signposts as my entry points back into the tune. So if I'm tracking the song in my head and I go off the rails a little bit, I still know where my signposts are coming and I can get back into my tune and save myself from a train wreck. I do this all the time. It's one of my biggest secrets for playing the banjo. Know where my signposts are and be able to nail them. signpost technique of memorizing a tune, working on a tune, and using signposts to help bolster my ability to create variations and still not depart from the tune too much. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to be talking a lot more about this kind of thing over on Patreon. Do join us, and I will see you next time on Banjo Quest.